Welcome to the Dosage, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LaLo Towers, your host. And here on the Dosage, we're going to give you everything you need as an up-and-coming artist. Today's topic is, what do you need to record yourself and start getting your music out there? Go ahead and roll the intro. Alright, so real shit though, man. Like, as far as recording yourself goes, first of all, you need to have the drive yourself, because nobody's going to go and help you and make you do it. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's going to be waking you up and telling you, go get this done or whatever. Just go ahead and get it, man. Dive into it. If it's something you really want to do, just dive into it. Now, as far as recording yourself, it's very possible. Nowadays, they have so many videos out there. You know what I'm saying? You can learn what you need to learn on the internet. As far as things to record, you're going to need yourself a good microphone. Try and ask around. See what the sound is. There's different sounds with different microphones that you will get. Also look at your budget, because there is a wide price range for microphones. You can get you a $100 mic, or you can get you a $5,000 mic, whatever your pocket's looking like. It don't matter. Get you some kind of interface. If you're working off of just a laptop or a desktop, make sure it's a USB interface that will connect through USB. Later on, you could do, I want to say it's called FireWire. Again, I don't know everything, but what I do know, I'll give it to y'all. Microphone interface, a laptop or a computer, whichever works, whatever you feel better, Mac or PC, whatever, that doesn't matter to me. And get you a DAW, whether it be Pro Tools, Logic. If you can't afford those, get you Audacity. Get you something to start off with, something that you could put a beat in and record to, or Fruity Loops. If you make beats and you're real good with instruments, yeah, you can start on Fruity Loops. You can make your beat on Fruity Loops, record on Fruity Loops. You can do all that shit on Fruity Loops. Whatever, yo. Whatever works for you, because what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you, but we gonna make it work, is the fucking point. So what a DAW is, if I'm not mistaken, is a digital audio workspace. Again, I don't know everything, and when I did take my audio engineering courses, I was stoned out of my mind. I asked my classmates. I ain't even finished, I ain't gonna lie to you. But hey, I know what I know, and I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't letting nothing stop me. But yeah, you need a DAW, whether it be Logic, like I said, whether it be Pro Tools, whether it be GarageBand, whether it be Fruity Loops, whether it be whatever, dude. Whatever you feel that is making you sound like you want to sound, or whatever your bias is towards, hey bro, by all means make it happen. It's gonna work. All right, so as far as your hardware goes, obviously stuff costs more because it's of better quality. But starting off, man, whatever is in your budget, you know what I'm saying? Like, be real with what you can spend and look in that price range. Of course, everybody starts somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Nobody starts at the top. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. So whatever it is that you can afford, so that you can get all of these things. Of course, I didn't mention headphones, obviously. I mean, I figured it's a given, but it might not be. Microphone stands, monitors, soundproofing. If you can afford soundproofing, to soundproof the whole room. If not, you can get a reflection filter, which, if you can see behind me, if not, I'll show y'all later. But just there's ways around it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The home studio is a real thing, and it can start off at a very low budget. Places like Guitar Center and Sweetwater and other places that sell these actually have bundle packages where you'll get basically everything you need. Don't feel discouraged because you don't have $100,000 studio. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people are recording in hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, just whatever works for you at the end of the day. Just don't get discouraged. And if somebody doesn't see the vision that you see, hey, one day they will. You just got to make them see it. So again, everybody starts somewhere. So whatever works within your budget, by all means, that's what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get better, as you progress, you start upgrading things. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're playing Need for Speed. You start off with a little piece of shit car, and you're gonna run some street races, and then you build up, and now you got whatever the fuck, super or some shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, as far as the equipment that you need, I'm not an expert on brands. I'll really go more along the lines of what I can afford, what my pockets are looking like, and what my wife says is cool. You know what I'm saying? So as far as it goes back to what you can afford, so look at your price range first. Once you've seen your price range, where you're trying to see what's in that price range, and then you can go to somebody that may know a little more than me. There's people doing reviews on everything, yo. As far as the monitors go, personally, at the moment I have some KRK5s behind me, but I personally like the bigger subs. And if you can have the space for it, get an actual standalone sub. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe some KRK8s with a KRK sub, all hooked up into your system. That way you get a good range of frequencies. Now I'm not saying get the KRKs. What I'm saying is a bigger speaker will give you a wider range of frequencies so that you can hear more of what you're doing, so the outcome or the ending product is of much better quality. You know what I'm saying? Again, whatever you start off with, if you start off with a good quality product, then your end result will be of a much better quality. Now, if you start off with something that's a little shittier, then again, your ending product will be, I'm not saying it won't be good, but it'll be a lot harder for you to get a better end result. For example, behind me, I have the Focusrite 18-20, and then under it, I have a Behringer. I forgot what it's called because I don't use that hoe because it sounds like shit. I bought it and just because it wasn't in my price range, and I didn't do as much research on it, but when I heard it, there's like a little, like you hear a lot of the room in it. It's not as clean, it's not as crisp. So I bought it. I said, fuck it, I learned my lesson and I moved on. I got the 18-20, which the price range different is a lot different. For example, the Behringer was like $100. The Focusrite, I found out mistake, was like $600. So there, I mean, obviously, but then again, I have a smaller interface, which actually is not even plugged in, which is like the baby brother, the little small one. I want to say this is a 2-out-2 or a 2-out-4, 2-out-2. I haven't used it in a while, but this right here costs like $50 more than the Behringer, and it's a lot cleaner. Focusrite, I got a lot of Focusrite shit. I like Focusrite, but that's just because what I've been able to afford and what I've been buying and what works for me. Again, it's just your price range, man. Where's your budget at, dude? At the end of the day, you know what you can buy. Like, everybody wants a Mac, but sometimes you got to get the PC until you can get the Mac or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Monitors, microphone. And again, with the microphones, man, you got to be sure you get the right microphone for you. Now, there are like versatile microphones that'll catch a wide range, but like, for example, if you get like something along the lines of a ribbon microphone, it's like a warmer sound. And I like, you know what I'm saying, a warmer sound, but again, it's what's in your budget. Like, for example, I personally like the Shure SM7B, which you see that in a lot of radio shows, and I had one. I ended up selling it. Right now I'm using I want to say it's an NT1, a Rode NT1, which sounds good to me. It's just a little bit on the, it catches a little bit more of the higher frequencies and my voice a little lower, so I am gonna invest in a Shure SM7B. I also like the RE20. These are like directional microphones, like for rapping and shit. Like A1, bro, A1. Like, I've heard nothing but good things, and I've used them before as well, so I dig them. The thing with the Shure SM7B, you need a lot of gain, so you got to make sure you have the right preamp or the right interface or whatever. But yeah, like, for example, I have a preamp that runs to my interface. Like, for example, you can just have the interface, but if you can afford an extra preamp to give it that extra then hey, by all means get the preamp. Like, I have my preamp is a Focusrite as well. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say I just got one channel. I might have two channels in this one. I think I just have one though. And that runs into my Focusrite 18-20, which is the interface. With all that said, again, price range or does not matter. There's different price ranges for different people. So find yours, find what you need, what you want, do a little bit of research, and get what's gonna work for you. At the end of the day, what works for you does not work for me, and what works for me does not work for you, but we will still make it work, man. And above all, don't be discouraged, because if you're not good right now and you put enough work, if you really go and put in work on your craft, you will be good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about it, because that is basically how it went for me. Like, when I started rapping, I wasn't killing it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, now I'm body bagging it, toe tagging it, and putting that motherfucker in the ground, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, again, just do you. Don't be discouraged. Find your price range. Figure out what it is that you need, which I hope I was able to help you with that. And work, bro. Just work and record and drop music and just keep doing it. You will get better the more that you do it. And I guess the quote for this video is one of my personal favorites that I came up with. If somebody else has said it, I don't know where, because I came up with this in my head because I live under a rock. I really don't associate with too many people, but the quote is, get better, not bitter. Because in this life we have two options. You can either get better or you can get bitter. I'm going for getting better. So y'all fuck with me, LaLo Towers. This was The Dosage, and I'll catch y'all next time.